Welcome back to the channel. We're down in the Bay of Quinte again today. It's day 6 today. I got 2 days left and then I go home for a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit of muskie and then I'll be back in Quinte. The bite's actually been very good. We're just getting set up right now. I just set my clients up and I'm getting dialed. I just got all the cameras in, trying to get these rods untangled. Gonna be starting with, don't know if you can see, jigging wrap again. Maybe a little bit of rattle bait, the Frostbite Tantrum Midday. It's like a lemon perch color kinda. And of course, gonna have that buckshot on as well, tipped with minnow heads. So, gonna get the sonar all turned on, hoping that it's gonna be a very good day. We've been seeing absolute crazy numbers of fish the last few days, but the bite's been very, very tough. Had a really good one yesterday, had some good chances at big marks, but haven't been able to seal the deal on multiple big fish. So I'm feeling with the new moon tomorrow, today and tomorrow should be very, very good. So let's get this going. Gonna drop in, get the sonar turned on, get to fishing. He's coming again. It's a little fish. I almost think it's a perch. The way he races it like that and doesn't commit to it. Got him. Whatever it is, we got him. Small walleye maybe. Yep. Small walleye. Well, I was going to show you guys that fish I had. I had it just sitting in the hole on the lure, but by the time I got the camera on, and it flopped off. She's gone. Just a small little eater. This perch jigging wrap. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's what's doing the damage. Gonna get back down there. Lots of little fish. A mega little school down there. A bunch of fish. All small marks, but I wouldn't mind a day of 20 fish, even if they're all 3 to 4 pounders and under. Can't always get the big ones. It's nice, but can't always get the big ones. Nice, Mark. Come on. Come on, babe. Up, up, up. Don't stop at the dinner bell. Keep coming. Keep coming. Oh, she's coming. Oh, there's 2. There's 2. Dinner bell. Oh, you hit the dinner bell. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. Got him. Nicer fish on the dinner bell. That might be a keeper. That is a keeper. Yeah, right on. Yes, that's a nice bar of gold right there. Well, guys, first nice one of the day. Solid, like 2 pounder probably. Just chewed the dinner bell, the chartreuse. He was coming up for the buckshot, but he stopped at this bait, and I tried to work him up on the buckshot and he didn't want to come up. As soon as I picked this bait up, he smoked it. That's gonna be a keeper for the day, first one. Get my minnow head back on there. That's the bait. If it ain't chartreuse, it ain't no use, like Clayton Schick would say. These frostbite dinner bells, man, when I don't have current and I can use them, it's a deal sealer. Deal sealer. Let's get back down there. Come on. Got it. Nice fish. Nice fish. Ah, yes. Hell yeah, guys. Number 3, jigging wrap again. Had them come in both on the dinner bell and whoops, they didn't want to commit. Dinner bell really high, up like 15 feet off bottom, and just left it there and then dropped the jigging wrap into their strike zone. I feel like when 2 baits are too close together at like the same depth and you're trying to bring a fish up, that fish will pause a lot of times at that second bait. So it's good to get it like way down so they pass by it, or way up so they don't see it on the way up. This one's borderline keeper, but I think we're gonna let this one go. Maybe a 16-incher. Nice fish. Time to go back. See you later, buddy. Yeah, they're on this morning. That is awesome. The hands are cold from going in the minnow bucket. So I'm jigging like this. Working that jigging wrap. 2 to 4 feet off bottom so they can really see it silhouetted up there. And I'm cross-side like this with the hand over the heater. And then every once in a while, I put the rod back in this hand and I warm up this one. And then when I see a fish, game on. Been a pretty good bite. I've missed one, caught 3, marked maybe a dozen or so, 15 fish. They seem to want to chase a little bit of everything, and they chase pretty hard. I got, like I said, the dinner bell down, the chartreuse, and on the True Grit I have the big number 6 jigging wrap in perch color. I've had that jigging wrap on for 3 days and it's caught the majority of my fish, so it'll be staying on the rod all day. It's a big fish catcher, especially mid-morning. I'm hoping for a 30-incher today or tomorrow. We need a big one, a real big one. Current picked up again like crazy. Like my transducer's way back there and my hole's here. And I can still barely see this flutter spoon. Like it's gone out past the beam. So any fish approaching from the back side might not even show up because I'm barely seeing my lure in the beam. So anything on that back side, hard time being able to see what's there. And with the current going that way, I really feel like they come from down current and place into it and come up to the bait. So that's not very good. I need to get some of the titanium or the tungsten dinner bells. I'm in the Rapala tent. Here's the setup that we got going. Got the main cam back here, 2 holes, transducer hole. Got our jigging rod propped up there, bucket over there for the other rod. And then I got all my miscellaneous gear sitting here. She's a little frosty because no insulation in this one. But the boys are warm in the otter, I bet. Let's get to fishing. We've seen like 6 marks already. Just wanted to give you guys a little show of what we got going on here. That's very important today. This heater right here, very important. I'd be freezing. Let's get back to fishing. Okay guys, well I wanted to go over a little bit what I was using for setups and for rods. So rods I'm using are the 38 medium True Grit from Frostbite paired with a Shimano Sienna 10-pound Powerbro ice braid with a small little barrel swivel here. This helps take the line twist out of certain baits like rattle traps, jigging wraps. And then I just have a small piece of fluoro here, maybe 3 feet or so. Also helps in this clear water, allow the fish not to see the bait as much. So the main bait, as you guys have seen, is this perch colored jigging wrap. But there's many different colors that have been doing very good, including the Acme Hyper Rattle as well in perch. These Walleye Nation jigging wraps, this purple and white has been doing very good. Natural colors like the blue and silver and black and gold has been doing very well as well. Other than jigging wraps, we're using some buckshots. I have some spoons here that are really good as well, including Swedish pimples, crocodile spoons. Last year I had a really big fish on a crocodile spoon. For any of you that don't know, it's just like a big flutter spoon. And they come, they're pretty beat up, but they come in like a gold spoon like that. Just long, flutters down, rips up nice, flutters down. And they've been very good for me. As well, like I said, the big Swedish pimples, the larger size. And I like to buy some lure tape, and other than just the sticker that's on them, I like to dress them up a little bit, maybe some green or yellow. And then as for rattle traps, we're obviously using the tantrums, this color, this purple white, and that yellow perch color on this rod. They've both been very good to me this last week. But other than that, medium to medium heavy rods. If you're using braid, I like to put a little piece of fluoro, 10-pound mono I have on some of my rods as well, and I'd be sure to use a snap swivel in that case, just to allow, like I said, no line twists, so something that it can like swivel on and prevent that. So it's midday now, haven't seen very much fish for probably the last hour and a half. I did catch that little one after I got back to the tent, but since then I've been seeing absolutely nothing. I really like that midday bite because you get those cruising fish that come through and they usually decide to eat, so that's what we're hoping for. Night bite's coming, hope to get a couple fish then as well. Super nice day outside, everybody's going in, starting to quiet down. Fish should start biting, so let's hope, keep our fingers crossed, and let's get back to it. This is a big one. We got him. We got a big one. I think we got a big one. Yeah. We got a nice one. Yes. Yeah. Chewed that buckshot. Convinced him. There's another one down there. Oh no, burnt my line. Burnt my line on the heater. There goes my jigging wrap to bottom. There we go, finally. Really nice fish, probably like 4.5 pounds or so. Came up on the jigging wrap, couldn't convince him. Saw him going down and brought the buckshot up to his level. He chased it up once, went back down to bottom, chased it up again, and finally smashed it. That's a perfect eater. Eater number 2 of the day. We're gonna have fish again at the hotel tonight. Let's get back down there. Prime time. I lost my jigging wrap. It hit the heater when I tried to get my other rod out of the way. And I was like, oh, there's another fish down there on the sonar. But nope, it was my jigging wrap and lines sinking to the bottom. Alright guys, so just reeled up. I actually ran out of propane. As you can tell, it's very cold in the tent right now. I'm guessing there was some ice buildup on the bottom last night, and when they put it on the scale to fill it up, they probably only filled about 3 pounds, and with all the ice it said it was full, but it wasn't. I ran out of propane, very cold. The clients ran out of propane too, but I had a couple small Coleman bottles, so gave them the bottles. I'm gonna pack up my tent, pack up their tent, head back to the hotel, and I'll be back out here bright and early tomorrow morning. See you guys then. Welcome back to the channel. Day 7 today in the Bay of Quinte. We're chasing monster walleye again today. Had a really good week. Clients had a really good week. We got some big fish, lost some big fish, got limits, eaters, had fish a lot at the hotel this week. It's the last day. I got a bunch of musky days next weekend, but then I'll be back. So we're trying to make the most of it today. Get on some big fish. We have new moon today. I've been waiting for today all week. Overcast, no wind, a little bit milder than it's been. And the fish should be right fired up. Just got everything dialed in. All the cameras are unthawed. Clients are set up. Dropped in. Seen maybe half a dozen fish so far. They're chasing but not too aggressive. But that morning bite's been really kicking on around 8 o'clock. So, and then that midday bite of 11 to 2 for those big fish. So we're hoping we can seal the deal. Get a giant today. Think it should be a very productive day. Starting the day with the True Grit from Frostbite paired with a buckshot spoon, and then the rod behind me, I got it with a perch jigging wrap tipped with a minnow head. Then I got a spare jigging wrap ready, already tipped with a minnow head, and then a Frostbite dinner bell on the other one in case I get some low current times where I can use that flutter spoon. So the sun's just starting to come up. I think it should be an awesome day. Stick with us. We're gonna get to jigging, get dialed in here, and hopefully get some big gold bars topside. Big one. Finally, guys. So there's a pretty nice fish. First one of the day. Marks have been pretty few and far between since this morning. We had a flurry of action this morning. Wasn't able to really hook up with anything, and clients just got one not long ago. Mid-afternoon, it's been very slow compared to other days, but this guy raced in on the jigging wrap. I slowed my cadence down compared to the last fish that came up really hot and then turned away last second because I had slowed down instead of giving him what he wanted. And this one I just kept the same cadence the whole way through, let him catch up to it. Boom. Super nice eater. This guy's staying on top. Let's get our lines back down and hopefully get some more beauty bars of gold just like that. Man, that sure did feel good to get a fish. So, I found today the fish to be very present but not chasing like they should be. So they're coming up, slacking off, coming up, slacking off, leaving, new fish comes in, comes up, nothing hot except for the fish that are committing. And I find it very, very important to like read that fish as fast as you can with the flasher. So distinguishing how fast he's coming up after your bait and how fast you should be bouncing it on the spot and lifting. And I find that very key. A lot of guys here are like doing like a normal walleye bite where they're maybe just bouncing like a 1-inch tap and not even doing much of a raise at the same time, where it's very, very important to do like a 2 to 3 inch tap and really get that bait like hopping back and forth, and that minnow head will dangle around, and that's what the fish is keying in on when he's coming up. So always pulling up and doing that back and forth rocking, so just like a tap, 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 tap as you're coming up with your rod and he's chasing. So as he's approaching and increasing how fast he's going to catch that bait, I might slow down or speed up depending on the mood of the fish. So if I see he's coming very, very hot and he's gonna grab it, at that point I won't stop lifting and jerking, but I'll slow down the speed that I'm lifting as I'm tapping it on the spot. Where I have a fish that comes in that's in a, say, negative mood, and that fish wants to come up a little bit, leave, I'm trying to read what he wants. He might not want that tap, he might want like a 1-foot pop, and he reacts and shoots up on the fall of the spoon. So like when I see he does that, like I'm gonna be giving constant 1-foot pops, reeling at the same time and trying to draw him up on that drop all the time. A little bit harder to catch a fish on the drop, but once that fish starts racing up, then I'll start engaging with my tap and raising the tip of the rod until he comes up and eats. Very, very moody fish. But if you can get a quick read on them, not all of them you can, the ones that you can, you seem to be able to get the bite. So I'm gonna drop that jigging wrap back down there, and hopefully, like I said, 2:30 now. Hopefully the evening bite with the amount of fish that are here is gonna get fire. Seen some big marks today, but have them commit only a little bit and not actually come up and bite. Really want to get a big one before I go home. I will be back in a week or so, but I wanted to try to break the double digits in the week I was here this week, but came very close with that lost fish midweek and had that like 8.5, 9 pounder. But other than that, seen a bunch of giant marks, just couldn't get fish to commit. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can do it this evening. See what we can make happen here. Aggressive jigs right now, 2 to 3 foot pops. Trying to call fish in, like I'm like 3 to 5 feet off the bottom and just ripping until I see a mark. And then as that mark starts coming up, I'm doing the taps of the rod, trying to work that fish. He goes back to bottom. I never pass him on the way down. I like to stay above him to try to get his attention again. And then as soon as I get the attention of him, I'm trying to do what I thought he wanted on the way back up again until I get that bite. Mark, this is a giant fish. Yes. Yeah, that's a good one. Alright guys, so there's that fish. Absolutely chewed the jigging wrap. That's 2 in a row that I have bite that broke that back tail fin off. And that's the only color, or the only 2 of this perch color that I have. Not sure if the color really matters, but really nice fish. What a beauty. Number 2 of the day. That is awesome. They're loving the jigging wrap. The last 2 fish that I had come in committed fully, so hopefully that's a great sign of things to come. Snow just started, so it might be like a little bit of a triggering mechanism, low pressure system, so we will see. Hopefully they just keep chomping like that, because man, he was aggressive. I can take stills from this, so there we go. Beauty fish, man. Way to go. The jigging wrap got the job done.
Yeah, that's what I'm staying with the rest of the day.
Well guys, that wraps it up for the first installment of the Quinte series. It was an amazing 7 days. Today was a little bit slower, but we still managed to get on some fish. I'm gonna pack up the tent, pack up the client's tent, head to the truck with both sleighs, make the drive back home, and I'll be on the ice for muskie next weekend. Be back here in about a week and a half for another 5 or 6 day stint, and hopefully get on some mega bars of gold. Then this area should really fill up in the next 2 weeks with fish, so I'm hoping when I come back fish are still around, and hopefully get on some big ones. So thanks for checking it out. Feel free, go down, subscribe to the channel, and until next week guys, see you guys later.